Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nana Firdaus, and on today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this simple double layered Malaysian hijab. Let's get started. For this tutorial, you will need 2 yards of chiffon fabric, half yard of jersey fabric or any stretchy fabric that you have, and your 1/2 inch foam. So for the first layer of the hijab, you fold your fabric width, which is usually 60 inches, into 2 to give you 30 inches on a fold. You trim the edges to make sure that they are equal. Then you mark half of your face circumference plus 1 inch sewing allowance from the folded edge. Mine is 11 inches. Then you go in by 10 inches from the other side and you slant it towards your face opening, towards the 11-inch mark. Then you cut it out. Don't forget to notch where the cap will be. So for the side, you fold it into 2 diagonally and you mark your front measurement minus 4 inches. My front measurement is 29 inches, so minus 4 inches is 25 inches. You open it up, then you place your 11-inch from where the 11-inch mark stopped, and you mark your front measurement, which is 29 inches this way. Then you cut the front, the side, and the back that way. So for the second layer, all you have to do is fold the remaining fabric into 2, then place the first layer that you cut on it. Make sure you do this carefully because you are working with chiffon fabric. So once you are sure that everything aligns properly, you just cut the front part out. Then you make sure the face opening too aligns properly. So I want my second layer to be 3 inches longer than the first layer. That is what I'm marking here. So you mark the 3 inches round and you cut it out. So for the upper part of your hijab, you mark 7 inches from the face opening downwards. Then you mark 3 inches upwards from the first layer. Then you link it together. You link both the 7-inch mark and the 3-inch mark together and you cut it out. Then you notch the midpoint on both layers. So you pick one of these and mark the midpoint of the part that will be joined to the main body. Fold your lycra fabric or stretchy fabric into 2 and place the cutout on it. Then you cut it this way. Don't forget to notch the part that will be joined to the main body of the hijab. So for the cap, you have to fold it this way. Then you mark 4.5 inches for the height and 7.5 inches for the width on a fold, and you cut it out. Don't forget to notch the midpoint. Fold your 1/2 inch foam, then place the cap on it and trace it out. And that's all for the cap. So for the jaw cap, all you have to do is fold the fabric same way you folded it for the main hijab cap. But for this one, you need 2 inches by 5 inches. Then you cut it out. And you also notch the midpoint. And that's all for the cutting. So for the sewing, you sandwich the foam in between the 2 layers of the cap this way. You sew straight lines on it. And don't forget to check the fabric under. So once your cap is ready this way, you mark the measurements that you need for the cap, which is 4 inches by 7 inches. Then you trim the excesses out. And you notch the midpoint to know where to join the cap. So you pick the lycra fabric or your stretchy fabric that you cut out the other time. You look for the right side, then you place it up. You pick the longest layer and you make sure right side is facing up. Then you place the second layer on it with the right side also facing up this way. Match the notched parts together. Then also match the notch points with the notched point on the lycra fabric and pin it together. Then you align all your fabrics together and you sew it up. Make sure not to pull your lycra fabric or your stretchy fabric while sewing. It's time to join the cap to the main hijab body. You fold the face opening into two and you notch the midpoint so you know where to fix your cap. You open it up and you make sure the right side is facing up. Then you look for the neatest part of the hijab cap. The neatest part will be facing the right side of the main hijab body. Then you place the notch points together. Align your main hijab body and your hijab cap. Then you sew it this way. After that, you fold it into two. Then you input half of your face circumference. Mine is 10 inches. That is, my face circumference is 20 inches divided by 2. That's 10 inches. Then you sew from there down to where the first layer is. Make sure you don't sew everything up because you need to weave or fold the raw edges of the first and second layer before joining it together. So for the jaw cap, you fold it this way. You'll be fixing it the same way you fixed your cap. Then the notch point will be on the area where you sew the front part of the hijab. You pin it, then you align the jaw cap to the main hijab body. You'll be sewing it on the sewing allowance where you sew your hijab cap to the main body. And your double layered Malaysian hijab is ready. This is the final look of the hijab. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, comment and share with your loved ones. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this project, you can drop them in the comment section or reach out to me on any of my social media handle. Ma salam!